So, I recently just beat Sekiro again for like the fourth or fifth time on three different platforms, and I got all the achievements again. And I want to talk about it because Sekiro is probably I don't it's a tie between Elden Ring and Sekiro of my top FromSoft games. I'm not 100% sure which one it is, but that's besides the point. But I wanted to make a personal tier list of hardest to easiest bosses, obviously, in my goddamn opinion. Your opinion might differ. That's fine. I'm actually hoping people watch this so they can give me their opinion on bosses too, because I feel like everybody plays FromSoft games differently. And if this video gets enough views, I also recently just played Dark Souls 1 and 2, so I can make a tier list video about that. But let's just get into it. The horse guy, I would say he's pretty. See, there's two levels of thinking in my brain right now of how I should rank him: first playthrough or fifth playthrough, where I know like all the bosses' mechanics and all their moves. Right? If he's probably just normal right off the bat. If I had to rank him now, I'd probably put him in easy, right? But if I'm thinking about first-time players, he's just normal difficulty. He's a pretty standard FromSoft boss. He's got very telegraphed attacks, easy to understand mechanics, nothing too crazy or challenging. He doesn't like do a one-shot move or like halfway through the battle. He doesn't even have a second phase, you know? So he's just pretty normal and standard to me. First time I played the game, I beat him first try. It was a little weird, you know, learning the parry mechanics and everything, but he's very normal. Next is going to be Genie. I'd probably put him in normal too, if I'm being honest with you. You fight him about you fight him in the beginning, you know, obviously, when you don't know how to play the game. He's like, if you rank him right in the beginning of the game, he's hardest, right? Because you don't know anything about the game and you have to fight him. But the other two or three times you fight him, he's got a very easy to learn pattern of attacks. One thing he does always leads into another thing. So like he shoots you an arrow, you know he's gonna like do the little cross up thing. He does a little pose, you know he's gonna do that string of attacks that you have to parry and leaves him wide open for another attack. When he jumps in the air, after he lands, you either know he's going to do a thrust or he's going to do a sweep. And you can very easily discern which one it's going to be depending on his motions. So I think he's a very good beginner boss. Like that's, again, I'd put him on normal probably. Same thing with him because technically these fights are together. The only thing he adds is like a couple of more sword attacks, and then he also does the lightning thing, which the lightning thing kind of makes that fight easier because, you know, you just stun him and then just unload a shit ton of damage on him. So my opinion, he's probably in normal. Next up, folding screen monkeys. This is easiest. Probably the most annoying fight, depending on how you go about it. I mean, obviously there's a trick to it, right? But there's no combat in the fight. Like, I mean, unless you count those monkeys that get summoned and they kind of annoy you, right? But you're just going around assassinating 4 monkeys, and it's just a matter of time before you get them all. I don't really think I need to talk too much about that fight. Guardian Ape and Headless Ape. I'm going to put these together. Obviously, this is his first phase. I'll probably put it in hard. Man, you know, it's kind of funny because, like, in my opinion, the first form is harder than the second form. I probably put the first form on hard and the second form on normal. Unless they're talking about the fight where you have to fight 2 of those monkeys at the same time, which he would still probably be in hard, yeah? Because it's just this motherfucker is kind of annoying in the fight, but you only have to kill this one, and this one just dips. Yeah, Guardian Ape would probably be hard, probably the first hard one, and then, you know. But his second form is so much easier. I guess, like, yeah, this is clearly the one where they're tag teaming you in the fucking little tiny cave. Guardian Ape, his first form is more annoying to me than his second form. He does quite a bit of damage when you first start the game. His attacks at first aren't easy to parry. Plus, he has a lot of moves that are just kind of like, boom, right there. Grab, boom, you know, like he very fast and like just one-shot attacks. But I think you can make the fight a lot easier if you were like me and you knew about firecrackers. I mean, I didn't know about firecrackers. I just happened to use firecrackers the whole game. And you can stun him constantly, at least 3 or 4 times, and just wail on his head. So that makes the fight easier. And then again, once he gets in his second form, he's much slower. He's very easy to parry. And, like, you get so many opportunities. Once he does that little, like, he'll try to thrust his sword into you. You parry it. That usually goes into his like really long animation, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna parry the fuck out of this. And then he falls over, and you just beat the shit out of him, right? Obviously, that fight's harder when they're tag teaming you in this fucking double ass fight. But in general, I would say he's probably hard. Next up, the Corrupted Monk. This is the one with only 1 health bar. Normal? Man, it's so hard to fucking rank this. It's so hard. Let me say this right now. It's so hard to rank these two because if you know the cheese method, they're so goddamn easy. Right? If you do the cheese method, they're both down here. Even the one with had 3 health bars, you can just like cheese the first one with firecrackers or divine confetti. His second health phase, you just assassinate him. It doesn't even do anything, and then you could just throw fistful of ash into him, and just hit him 3 times, and it literally can't touch you at all. Same thing with this one. You just firecracker to death. So god damn it. Going by the way you're supposed to fight them, this would probably be easy. This would probably be normal, but again, it's so hard to like talk about this without like knowing the methods now, because when you first play the game, you don't know the cheese methods. So god damn it. God, if I had to pick, they're probably an easiest just because of the cheese method. But I don't like that, so I'm gonna do this easy and normal for like actually having to do the fights. Lady Butterfly would be goddamn. When I first played this game, this bitch was like hard, but she's kind of easy now. Probably like normal. She's very because you can just knock her out of the sky with kunai. That's a free hit. Her when she goes into her second phase, it doesn't even matter because you. For those of y'all who don't know, if you run up to her when she's doing her start of the second phase and you hit her, she doesn't get to summon those little hologram things. So that's like not even a non-issue. And then you could kind of bait her into a rhythm, like boom, 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 she does a little kick. Boom, 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 she does a little kick. Boom, 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 she does a little kick. And you can get her first health bar like without even taking any damage if like she just constantly keeps up the pattern, you know. So yeah, having said all that, she's either normal or easy, but I'm gonna put her in normal because she was a fucking bitch when I first played the goddamn game. Now, your father, god damn it, dude. So like, for some reason, this is a personal thing, but he's like super fucking annoying to me, especially when I first played the game, bro. When I first played the game, hardest, 100%. This is the boss that I had the most trouble with. I don't know why. Now I can beat him pretty consistently. But god damn it, just the fact that when you first start this game off, you're not great at parrying, and his firecrackers will posture damage the fuck out of you and just leave you wide open to like hard hitting attacks. And then the whole not being able to heal thing he does with the little grenade thing was also super annoying. Now I don't think he's hardest anymore. If I was gonna be critical, this one's clearly hard because it's the one you fight in the memory. This one would probably be, man, god damn it, it'd probably be this. I don't like that though, because I know people are gonna be like, the dad's not even that hard, and he's not anymore. But god damn, he was such a fucking piece of shit when I first played that goddamn game, dude. So like, and it's my tier list, so I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want. Yeah, I like that. Divine Dragon, easiest. I don't think I've ever died in this fucking fight ever. It's pretty much like just a cutscene that you play. And that's not a bad thing. It's not like Lords of the Fallen. That fucking last boss was a piece of shit. This one is actually a cool cutscene. You can die if you don't time stuff right. So, like, you know, there is a hint of a challenge. But, like, other than that, it's just dodge his super slow telegraph sword attacks. And then just rope up to a tree and hit him with lightning. That's the fight, right? Let's do Demon of Hatred next. I'll do Isen last instead. Well, I'll do Isen last, yeah, because this is the Shura ending. Demon of Hatred, probably the hardest, for me, again. If you cheese him, he's easiest, right? I think everybody knows about the cheese. But if you actually fight him straight up, I think he's pretty goddamn annoying. God damn, he's such a fucking asshole, too. Just the fact that, to me, he feels personally tanky as all hell, and I don't know why. And the limited amount of time you actually have to hit him is super annoying, too. He does a little pose thing. If you're far away from him, he throws fire. If you're close to him, he does the stomps. But then he just kind of, like, dips. Like, he just runs away from you all the time. You have to constantly chase his ass down. And then, like, during that time, if you make any mistake, it's going to hurt like a motherfucker because he actually hits pretty goddamn hard. So, I put him at hardest. I can hear an argument for putting him at hard. But, like, yeah. Again, there's a cheese method. You climb on top of the roof. If he falls off, he instantly dies. So you don't really have to fight this guy. But if you're going to fight him, like, you know, the game makers intended, I would put him at hardest. Emma the Gentle Blade. This is the Shura ending. Technically, these are 2 fights together. So, like, it's probably going to be... Emma's pretty goddamn easy. She doesn't do anything crazy. Like, it's like, Isen is the one that's kind of annoying in the fight. So, Emma's probably easy. Like, She does very similar attacks to Isen, just not as cool. You can easily punish her grab animation when she tries to do it. Pretty low damage output, so even if you make a mistake, it's not going to be the end of you. And you can put her into an easy to learn pattern if you just keep on attacking her. So yeah, I'd probably put her at easy. Ishin, on the other hand, obviously he's not the Sword Saint Ishin, so he's probably just normal. He has a couple of annoying attacks that you have to deal with in that form, like specifically in his second phase, where he starts summoning fire out of the ground. But like, again, if you have the Mortal Blade, as soon as he starts summoning fire, you can interrupt like all that fire shit and deal a crap ton of damage to him. Now, obviously, as a thing, I'd have to say you don't know that the first time going around. So probably people would put him in hard. But if I had to like think about it, he has a very limited moveset compared to the Sword Saint version. So like he's got to be a normal to me. He doesn't hit that hard. He's like, again, very telegraph attacks. Only 2 health bars. The first one's like nothing. Yeah. The more I think about it, I definitely put him in normal. The last boss of the game. I mean, depending on which ending you get. I probably put him in hard. I know people are gonna be like, "What? How you think Great Shinobi Owl is harder than Ishit the Sword Saint?" But like, bro, like I don't know. When I first played this game, I died to the owl. I want to say at least 30 times, and maybe it's my play style, maybe it's the prosthetics I was using. I don't know. I can't tell you, but it only took about 3 tries to beat Itchin. And then every other time I fight him, it's like one and done or like twice if I just like parry a thing wrong, right? He does do a shit ton of damage, okay? He does have multiple attacks that you have to learn. You have to memorize his patterns. He can like 50-50 you depending on if he's going to go for the sweep or he's going to go for the stab, right? His second form is like kind of hard, and then I think his third form is kind of pretty easy because he starts doing lightning attacks. And then again, it's the same as like a Jinro, where you just if you stun them with a lightning attack, it just leaves them wide open for an ass whooping, right? So like, I don't think he's that hard. I mean, I don't think he's the hardest, I should say. He's definitely hard because it's a lot of memorization. It's a lot of fucking parrying you have to do. But I don't think he's like the most challenging boss in the game. And I think that's where I would leave it, right? Again, there's some bosses that it's so hard to rank for me, specifically the Corrupted Monks, the Demon of Hatred, because you can cheese them, right? Technically, you can cheese every boss in the game, but like some of them are just so easy to cheese, like the Corrupted Monks, right? But I don't think I want to rank them on cheese factor. I just want to rank them on like one-on-one, try to learn their attacks, try to memorize their movements, and that's where I'm going to leave off on. So this is my tier list. Let me know in the comments why I'm wrong, and scrub, and learn how to get good, all those good things. But thank you for watching, and you all have a nice day. Bye.